Galactic Center, a metaphysical podcast hosted by the Cosmic Messenger, featuring multidimensional insights and spiritual wisdom for the collective on a wide variety of topics.
Alright, we got a link to the stellar nervous system and to the astral body. And you are listening to Downloads from the Galactic Center. This is a metaphysical podcast where we cover a wide variety of multidimensional topics, falling anywhere under the galactic central sun. From full spectrum healing to rewiring the DNA. This podcast, got you covered. The date today is Tuesday, November 29th, 2022. And this is episode 4, featuring Auric fields and the Auric shield. Thanks for joining us. Let's dive right in. Around every single sentient being, humanoid, hybrids, creatures of earth, the animal kingdoms, the spirit realms, even the elementals guarding the rocks and the stones, and the trees and nature. They all have an auric field. And it is magnificent, majestic, and beautiful. We're going to focus today on the human form, the avatars that we're inhabiting in this current now, on this multidimensional timeline, and the 7 layers of the aura, and its outer shell, also known as the auric shield. The auric field is an energetic, vibrational frequency filled with particles that extends up to 10 feet outside of the body. It exists on an etheric plane. It is made of sound, color, energy, frequencies, and it's always moving and animating. Take a moment to visualize an egg of energy around your body, on average extending out 3 to 4 feet from the body. And the color changes of your aura are dependent on where you are now, what you're experiencing mental or emotionally, and what kind of star karma you're experiencing. So it will fluctuate, move, and animate to give you messages right now of what's occurring. There is also a baseline that we all resonate back to. And that baseline color is one that you've carried with you for a longer period of time. You have the work that you did on the other side of the veil. But in particular, the human equation, you carry a color or a couple colors that last large portions of the humanoid existence, incarnating as an earthling at this time. And each of those colors have divine messages, sacred medicines, and they are encoded with light codes to assist you with insights and how to maximize your human potential, exit out of loops and patterns that you no longer need, ones you desire to transmute and to let go of, as well as which next steps you can take for integrating your highest self and journeying through your own personal ascension process. Before I run through the 7 layers, I do want to mention that all dis-ease begins on the spiritual plane far outside of the body. And the longer it is unprocessed, stuffed away, not worked on, ignored, possibly due to unconscious awareness, then it slowly becomes more dense and morphs into the various issues, distortions, and dis-eases we currently have today. There is some more rarer cases where somebody chooses to incarnate with a set of specific parameters, and those will be locked in because they desired that experience. Or, if something manifests physically, with our human growing page of thousands of dis-eases, and the book just keeps getting larger and larger, especially in the last couple hundred years. Take a look at the environment around collectively that may manifest more instantaneous on the physical plane. And that is due to eons of degradation to the environmental conditions. But with enough ascension work, metaphysical awakenings, and creating a robust aura, any being can walk through what would be considered utter toxicity, intensity, and complete breakdown of an environment and come out untouched. That is the realm of the Ascended Masters. The first layer of the aura, we have 7 layers. Each of these layers will progressively get further from the body. Each one 3 to 4 inches. I do outer aura scanning and outer shell rebalancing sessions. And during these processes, to give you an idea if somebody comes in for some healing, some auric repair, some revitalizing of our body's vital systems. I go through each of the 7 layers one by one, going through them with the being and giving them a full report after of what took place on all 7 of the layers. Then we rebalance the outer shell between the spirit guides, the messages. My hands are minimal in that session on the body, which I do a lot of direct contact, gentle. This one's mostly off the body. And the divine insights and wisdoms are incredible. It's important to dive deep into the aura so you can better understand yourself, self-awareness, as well as compassion and empathy and full sensory perception for those around you. We each have our own unique path, but we all have auras. And we all have core root patterns to transmute, and we all get messages through our auric field. Our auric field extends out. It also touches the Lightbody, our Merkaba, core star, and Harline. Layer 1, which is known as the etheric body, or the etheric double. This is the first layer off the body, 3 to 4 inches. They all link up with all of our 7 chakras. So layer 1 also links up with the root. But remember, they're fractaline. So all 7 chakras and all 7 layers of the aura all have 7 within themselves. As well as layer 1 is also pinned with layer 5. Layer 2 of the aura is pinned with layer 6, and layer 3 with layer 7. 4 is in its own dimension. We'll speak of that soon. So the etheric double is the semi-etheric vibratory experience of your physical body in a more energetic form. It's all energy anyways, but it houses it on a semi-etheric plane. It's semi-transparent. So if there's any underlying physical issues, concerns that have not been repaired or are not being successfully repaired, the etheric double is the place that you want to journey to next. It's the final stopping point for our nervous system entering the body from its energetic plane down into the physical, because our nervous system also extends through our entire auric field. When we do any form of visualization, dream space, astral travel, journeys for the soul, the etheric double's the one that holds our body in place so we don't get lost in the cosmos, so that it is always there. Many of the body's big blockages, leakages in the aura, and that deep red color. Remember, when you're working with those colors, you want to do all the hues of them too. including the pales, and also the color that it mixes with to make another color. It's multidimensional. The deep-rooted emotions that we house inside of ourselves. If the fear and the anger or the lack of drive to get the physical body moving, or some issues with foundational pull, you can look to the etheric double for messages, answers, and by just giving it energetic repair, it resolves itself. So it's like the higher octave of the physical plane and all of those dimensions that work with it. The second layer of the aura is known as the emotional body. So when we're having our day-to-day mundane experiences, and we have anger, sadness, joyful, anxiety, loneliness, we have all of these emotions, right, on the physical plane. But our emotions don't live on the physical plane. You can see it happening through people's faces and through their body reactions. But the emotions live more in the ethers. Yet they're directly beside us and with us. So 3 to 4 more inches, we're now at 8 inches, 7, 8 inches above the body, you have the emotional body, which is the root space of where these emotions live, how they directly interact with the body, and thinking emotions on a larger plane, what has happened with these emotions through many lifetimes, not just this one. Past, future bloodlines, simultaneous incarnational experiences, possibly running into your own self, known as a twin soul, in this timeline or others. And some of the emotions that can come out from the drama possibly completed by us looking at ourselves. Even though it feels like a completely different being that is not a part of us. Generally, when we recognize our twin soul, there's a deep connection instantaneously, knowing it's part of your soul group, family, star karma, etc. But in some cases, the polarity is so much so that you can get the message. But then after you wake up or you leave the body and you're doing your life review, whoa, I set that up for myself. Or something in my multiverse outside of me set that up so that I could receive the mirror of the messages, right? These are the deeper emotional planes. How do we move them and extract them out of the body so we know that emotions hide inside of our organs? They get buried deep inside of there. Liver is anger. Kidneys is fear, right? Stomach for anxiety. Grief in the lungs, etc., etc. But then, if we see them and we notice them there and we heal the physical body and something's still going on, then this has been going on for a really long time. So we bring in the emotional templates. And we can dig around, we can move and find what needs to be brought to surface so that it can be transmuted. The higher octave of these emotions, and what is the underlying feeling that's then pushing them to move into this plane of existence. Second layer of aura, you can also think of the sacral chakra as well too, and all of the colors associated with all of those. At any point in time, any other color, any other sensation, any other messages can come through and into your aura, but if it's strong, radiant, and robust, nothing will enter your shell. It is yours whole and complete. Of course, it merges with reality outside of itself, but unwanted frequencies will not be permitted to enter, provided you program it to do so, because your aura speaks to your cells and your DNA. It speaks to the bones, to the organs, to the etheric double. The third layer of the aura is known as the mental body. The whole cranial area, the solar plexus, reverse and front sides, and all the way around as a full 360 to the power of 7 degree of awesome. When you're doing non-aura work and you're working on the physical body, which we're now 3-4 inches past that point, we're at 12 inches outside of the body, you're dealing with direct stuff. I have these thoughts, they kick in, I don't know where they come from, I'd like to change them. I keep thinking negative thoughts about myself. My visualizations aren't as active as they need to be, or I'd like them to be, or they can potentially go, full sensory perception and abilities. Imagination centers, all the elements of mental communication. When you're working with the third layer of the aura, we're going a little bit deeper into it. We're going to access the unconscious portions of you, the portions of the human experience. We're going to unlock third eye perception and abilities, the first entry levels of them, the subconscious realms, acts of dream space, creating visualizations and movies inside of yourself so that we can compost the no longer required garbage, and we can bring in the full spectrum crystalline patterns. You rewire where that goes. The mind is always on and always active. When we say meditate to calm the mind, to eliminate those thoughts, oh, there's a calmness that settles in. And oh yes, in a lot of cases, the thought patterns reduce themselves, but the mind is still always active. So it goes in there and does a full system repair for everything that exists on the mental plane. And then the fourth layer of the aura, which is known as the astral plane. The astral layer, which is all the matters of the heart. The heart chakra, the fourth plane of existence. 16 inches above the body. We access all spectrum of the green ray and beyond. This is also the place that houses one of your Lightbody components, known as the astral twin. This is where we bridge the gap between the more physical planes and the spiritual metaphysical realms, the galactic portions of ourselves. The emerald heart grid work lives here, and we focus in on seeing how much self-love do we have for ourselves. Do we communicate with our spirit guides? Having a conversation like we are today. Just chat. Ask them how their day's going. And this is the love ray, the central heart, that beams 40,000 times further than all of our mental activity combined. It reaches far into the cosmos Because what we do here impacts other planets, solar systems, galaxies, realities, universes. When we make big shifts on Earth to repair many of the distortions and systems on this planet, we're able to revitalize ourselves and simultaneously bring in the codes for something to shift on another planet. When we make big gains here, something radically changes over there, whether it be good or not so good. The heart is where we soften and come into ourselves. It's also the realm of the breath work and the beginning of the Kundalini rising up the spine. And one of the hardest ones for people to fully grasp is pure forgiveness. For yourself and for others. The astral twin is the one that takes us off on journeys. The great visualizer. The one that sees particles in everything when it looks at reality. Otherworldly activity starts to come into the fold, and the first 3 layers of the aura, and the top 3 layers of the aura, plus the outer shell, the astral twin, the astral plane, the astral layer, the 4th layer of the aura, is the one that binds it all together, holds it into place, so that you have an aura with you wherever you go. You will always have one. It will always be there. If your aura shrinks and it's less than 3 feet away from your body and it's not in a shell shape, then it needs some repairs, tune-ups, and energetic love through treatments and sessions, through bodily care, through attunement and body talk. The astral twin, what an amazing device. Then we move up to the 5th layer of the aura. And this is known as the etheric template. And this is the upper physical, the last stop of the physical, pinned with the 1st layer of the aura. You intermix the throat chakra, you intermix the 5th plane of existence, the aqua and the blue rays. And if anybody's having any issues with gravitational field movement in their body, coordination with the physical form, or dealing with ultra dense dis-ease and distortions, mass physical pain, or there's a resistance, in some cases scared, to take that first step into the realms of multidimensional. Just that first step. Those issues go into the etheric templates. Now when I say templates, it'd be no different than having like a template for a drawing. Follow this template and it shows you how to draw it. These are maps, gateways, signposts, and informational books of yourself attached to the Akashic records, the cosmic internet of everything. And so you access the physical Akash, the physical templates of you on an energetic plane, to see what happened before it manifests down in the 1st layer of the aura. Then we move up to the 6th layer of the aura, which is known as the celestial templates. The third eye, the indigo ray in all of its hues and more. The sixth chakra, Ajna. The celestial templates are where things start to get really wild. How are you integrating your own spirituality separate from all organizations, all religions? Just you in the universe. How do you integrate your own cosmology? Or when you have a otherworldly experience, do you shut it down? Does your environment shut it down? Does it get ignored? There's also the polarity. How activated are you in those realms? Do you see vivid colors and images when you close your eyes? How far do you journey during dreamscape and dream space? Do you lucid dream? Do you wake up and you feel like you got work done while you were sleeping? The celestial templates holds the map to how you integrated the soul into the body, where the soul wanted to go, what it wants to work with, what kind of lessons and experiences it would like to have. Third layer is pinned. The second layer of the aura is pinned with the sixth. Where do we get that raw joy from to experience the environment around us? How much anxiety do we experience? Are we stressful all the time? Are we activated and ready to go experience life? Are we in line with our soul's mission? Are we locating some of our lost multidimensional parts? And if we have found them, what are we doing with them? Where are we going? The celestial templates take us to the whole solar system within you, and how all these components make up biosystems. You have all the galaxies out there inside of your cells. You are made of stardust that we all share. The seventh layer of the aura is known as the etheric templates. This is the upper mental body, pinned and fused with the third layer of the mental body. Third layer of the aura, the mental body. And these etheric templates are very advanced. They work on your soul's purpose, your oversoul. They work on the realms of superconsciousness. Were we there at one point and we entered the third dimension and massively dropped in consciousness and we're having a hard time adapting? Do we feel like we're on another planet or from another planet and not from here, and it's difficult to integrate? The axiotonal lines that hold all of our body's energetic systems together. The realms of sacred geometry. Like I said, thinking of the divine mind and the elevated eagle view of looking down at the whole planet, as well as simultaneously being aware that you are also down there too. And merging those two together. If people are having a hard time speaking their truth, because of holographic illusions that enter the mind to create sequences that need to be altered and shift so that they start working with you instead of against you. We go to the etheric templates. This is where we begin to meet our light body. This is where it connects to the outer shell of the aura, the mitochondria, the DNA, the cellular networks, all of these messages that have been carried throughout all of our multidimensional lives and timelines, they all reside inside our mind. The etheric templates, 25 to 28 inches off the body, with the 7th layer of the aura, working with the crown chakra, the galactic cord, the 7th plane of existence, all of its hues under the purple violet ray. And then we have the outer shell. Some call it the 8th layer of the aura. And this shell is the casing, the golden egg. The white, clear light that has all frequencies within it, the photonic rays that hold our aura together so that when we navigate, we go to work, walking down the street, playing in nature, anything that we choose to do, our aura is there. And this shell's very important. Sometimes there's little cracks in it, and leakages. When I do sessions with beings, I go in and I repair them. And depending on the lifestyle choices the being chooses to do after, we'll create various... the repairs will stay, or they'll slowly go back to where they were if they are unattended. Our aura gets life and rejuvenation from when we're standing in our starseed mission. When we're putting our hand on a tree trunk and feeling that natural energy of our feet in the sand is much different when we're staring at a screen. One of the techniques I love for a robust aura that is quick and easy to use. Anywhere you go, no matter what you're doing, you can activate it well under a minute. It's called Aura Up. You can do it sitting down, but primarily I stand up. I have some space by myself and I vocalize it out loud. So you have the golden shell around your body. So you stand up, visualize, a 1 to 2 inch golden cord wrapping up from your feet up the side of your body, meeting at your head. Right? Like drawing an egg, 2-dimensional on a sheet of paper. And then you draw another 2 of them. One goes up the front of the body and wraps around. One goes up the back of the body and meets at the head again. You bring those 2 up. You say Aura Up. And then give yourself a beautiful message to follow through as you continue to visualize and feel that energy. I'll use one, or I'll share the one that I like to use. Aura Up. Egg-shaped golden. I bring it in close for this one. 6 inches from the body, strong, radiant, and robust. I have an amazing shield. All 7 layers are activated, and they are protected by the golden templates. Everywhere I go, it is activated, full, radiant, and complete. You repeat it as often as needed, as many times as you'd like to do during the day. You may even notice a boost of vitalizing energy. There are many Kriya exercises as you can do, from Kundalini Yoga to tune up the nervous system which then help our auric field grow larger, stay strong, so it's glowing. It's eating high vibrational, biodynamic organic foods, watching our mental patterns, how we act, shifting our core root patterns, giving ourselves a break from all the EMF frequencies, drinking structured water, reverse osmosis, meditating, going and get an energy treatment on a regular basis, learning the modality of Reiki and putting universal life force energy inside of the body, meditating, metaphysical music, and so forth. Crystals are a great way. There are many crystals that are fantastic for your aura, especially Super 7, Merlinite, Moldavite, Quartz, Amethyst, to name a few. They all do wonders for your auric fields. And the other one is body talk. If you tell yourself, I'm not happy to be here, I am weak, and you pay no attention to your aura, then it receives no love and care. But if you talk to your body and you tell yourself, I love my aura and all of the messages that it brings. My auric shield is a beautiful tool, and I am so full of deep gratitude that it is in my multiverse at this time. I love my body and all of its multidimensional parts. Today's a beautiful day, and all is well in my world, etc., etc., etc. Puts us in a place of alignment into our 0-point fields. So that's a rundown of the 7 layers of the aura and the auric shield. I really appreciate sharing these wisdoms and messages with you. I hope everybody has an amazing, beautiful rest of their day. And we'll talk to you again soon. This has been Downloads from the Galactic Center, a metaphysical podcast. And until we speak again, take care. Listening to Downloads from the Galactic Center, a metaphysical podcast. Thanks for tuning in. Until next transmission.